All right, guys, just a Tuesday update. Okay, so bed's back off. I kept having an issue with, you see where the little trim was on the side, that line right there. So, okay, I've got the trim on this. So, being parked over here, it's kind of flat, but not really. I mean, there's like kind of a little crest right here, so it's not completely flat. So, I kept looking at the truck, it was backed in. The driver's side looked fine. The lines and everything lined up perfect. But when I would come up, or no, I'm sorry, the passenger side. Passenger side looked fine because it was back in. So I'd come up the driveway, up that hill right there, and I looked down the passenger side, and it looked like the back end of the bed was up. So it was like, damn, you know, it's level on this side, but this side, it's like kicked up in the back. What did I do wrong? You know, so I measured it where it was sitting, and it was like an inch off. I was like, what the hell? So I kept measuring it. I moved it to the driveway out here, and it's got kind of a slope to it, so that wasn't great. So it still didn't show up good. So I was like, what's going on? You know, it keeps showing like an inch off, half an inch off. Because everything back there was, you know, the frame and everything was measured and stuff before I put it on there. So I got in it, and I drove down there. Down there to a flat spot, right? Measured again, and it was perfectly even. So what was happening was, and I knew this was a thing, I just didn't know it was this bad. So, you know, these frames, they don't have a lot of support. Now you see I have some support in here now, but it was the frame just sitting on that gravel over there was flexing in the rear. It would move, I mean, the ass end would just do this, and the bed would just look, I mean, I'd turn it around and face it the other way, and then the other side of the bed looked like it was kicked up in the back. So this little cross member right here, it's a chicken shit cross member, because I only had a half-inch piece of tubing right here holding onto the edge of the frame rail. It was kind of temporary, but kind of not. Now I've reinforced it with this. I welded it inside and outside and all the way around this tube. Same thing with this. 2-inch square tubing all the way back. The reason, and I'm kind of glad I did it, the reason this piece is going across is because when I cut these, I didn't take into consideration that that's a slope. Yeah, I know, I'm a dummy, but there was a little bit of a gap, which I could feel on the side. Couldn't feel on the top, it was too much. So I put this along the top, and just so happened it went behind these trunk spring exhaust hangers that I have here. It went right behind it all the way to the other side. So I welded that to the higher side, welded this to that, and welded that all the way around. I didn't get the bottom very good. There are some spot welds in the bottom. I just couldn't, you can't really get in there. I mean, there's some spot welds in there, but I mean, it should be solid. But I mean, yeah, now it should, and I got it on somewhat level ground. The other front end's kind of in the driveway. Hopefully it's not at a slope, but it should be better. I imagine having this giant tubing right here and it being reinforced down here, it shouldn't move, and especially having that extra brace across here or whatever, it shouldn't move. I don't really want to take the bed back off again. Just so happens that the turnbuckles I put on to kick the bedside out, which makes it look kind of wide body. I noticed that once I did that on this side, where I welded the bed together, I think I closed it in a little bit more on this side than on that side. So I'm gonna have to cut the bottom of that down there at this little seam and push it out some. So I mean, I needed to get the bed off anyway to do that, but I'm hoping this works and I don't have to take the bed off again. It almost makes me want to just make a jungle gym right in the middle all the way across, but it's kind of, to me, it's kind of overkill. I don't really think it needs that. This should help. I do want to try to autocross this thing, and I saw a post yesterday in one of the F100 frame spot forums of them calling these trampoline trucks, and I've never heard that before, and then I saw somebody say it and it kind of made sense. You know, yeah, if you don't reinforce this back here, because there's nothing there. I mean, it comes in and curves in like that, and there's nothing there. It almost like sets itself up. I mean, this is here, but I mean, from there all the way up inside, like to the back of the cab. This gap right here, if you look on like a regular truck, like an old truck or something like that, there's usually a bar here. Every so often there's a bar. So that's got to be, I mean, it's got to help. I mean, I know that maybe if I was to, which I've only got some 1/2-inch tubing left, I don't know if it'll work. Maybe if I did that, hang on, let's see. It's gonna look ghetto, but I mean, these trucks are kind of ghetto, and if it works, it works, you know. But if I was to take a piece, not necessarily this long, I'm just using this 1/2-inch piece to kind of wonder if I could brace this somehow. My luck, it would keep me from, which I mean, that's gonna be weird. I can cut that at an angle, but I freaking, there's no blade left on that thing, so I can't do it today. But I mean, there's got to be something else, maybe here. I don't know, maybe something like this, you know, maybe that would be cool. But I can't cut any angles because the freaking blade is messed up, and it's like 20 minutes to the nearest hardware store. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to leave it alone, but this wouldn't be bad to do this right here. But I wouldn't be able to close it in. Like I said, I wouldn't be able to make it look good. Unless I use a cutoff wheel, which is going to, I mean, this is 11 gauge. This is not thin. I mean, you know, maybe I'll brace that. Maybe that's not a horrible idea. I kind of like it. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. But anyways, that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, I'll probably do this. This actually looks kind of cool. And it should be easy to do. I mean, I don't have to crawl up underneath anything if I do it the right way. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, it's just giving you guys some ideas, okay? So, I mean, this is not perfect. This is not going to be some kind of freaking resto mod, freaking whatever the hell they call those things, as pro touring trucks or whatever. It's not. It's going to be a redneck pro touring truck, if that. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's not. I don't expect it to, you know, be the best handling thing out there, but it'll handle better than the car, and it'll handle better than the truck. So either way it goes, it's a win-win. So, but that's all I got for that. I mean, yeah, I mean, if I do this, you probably won't see it because I'll probably put the bed back on. I may make a little short video. Like I said, not a YouTuber. I don't really care how my videos, you know, if I put 2 a day or whatever, it doesn't really matter. So I may throw something out and just kind of like send it on that and see what's up. But anyways, that's it for this one. Like I said, I'll update you guys if I end up using this. I think I'm going to. I think it's going to look cool. And it should help. So, okay, later.